Today we will be exchanging a normal K-Jetronics warm-up regulator with a digitally enhanced warm-up regulator, a UTCIS-V from Unwiredtools. The UTCIS-V is a drop-in replacement of the original WUR. The advantage is that it's digitally controlled and doesn't need to drop control pressure by means of mechanical parts which are very subject to filth and can throw the calibration off. So, small recap, what is a warm-up regulator? What does it do in the car? It basically gets fed over here with system pressure that needs to be dropped to control pressure. So internally, depending on the temperature and acceleration, it regulates that drop. Some fuel is leaving over here, causing that drop, which leads to control pressure that basically acts as a counterforce on the fuel distributor to gate the fuel that goes to the injectors. So this control pressure needs to be low when a shocking effect is needed, so at low temperature. It's normally between 3.4 and 3.8 bars on a normal warmed up system, and it is also lower temporarily when you accelerate. So today we will be unmounting this one and exchanging it with this and seeing whether the engine works. I'm disconnecting the leads to the WUR. I use double Spanish for that. You basically block this one and then can unscrew this one, and then later you can unscrew the fitting that goes into the WUR. It's loose now, and that same fitting with a washer can go into the UTCIS-V later. Another thing to notice is that I disconnected vacuum lines. This is a venting hole just, but there's also a vacuum line near the end to the WUR, which I decoupled. As I will only have one vacuum line on the UTCIS-V, that will probably go to the vacuum coming from the back, and the other one I will just eliminate. I unscrewed the WUR now using releasing the 5mm Allen bolts that hold it in place. One thing to watch out for is that there is a temperature controlled vacuum valve near the WUR that can easily be broken if you're brute in removing the WUR. So you really need to tilt it a little bit and try to get it out of the car without bruising that temperature valve. So we screwed it on, and then we put in the fittings, and then we held them with a spanner while attaching the fuel lines back to them, which was a bit of a struggle because the unit is a bit lower and the lines needed to be bent a little bit for that. So the vacuum line coming from the back of the unit comes now from a point close to the manifold, so that will give a clean vacuum. We'll need to the other vacuum side. There used to be a 4-way splitter over here, giving an extra line to the WUR, which is not there anymore. There is only one line now, and so I changed that to a 3-way split from a 4-way split now, so that we don't have any vacuum leak introduced, obviously. After testing the unit for the first time, this injector popped out. What we were basically missing was something to retain that injector. So I added this screw with some washers to hold down the injector. I am contacting Unwired to see what the normal solution is. Likely some part in my assembly was missing.